Hey, how we're doing? I hope you guys are having a fantastic week. I definitely am. Now, earlier this week, or was it actually end of last week? I forget a little bit, but I had a fantastically interesting discussion with a good colleague of mine at IBM around the current trends that we're seeing in the banking industry and where we believe things are going moving forwards. Now, some of you know that I have got a fairly strong point of view that the future of banking will be dominated by platforms. This doesn't mean that every bank is going to become a platform business, but the industry will be dominated and driven predominantly by platform and platform business models. What does this mean and why do I think this? If we look at the adoption and trend of digital technology and the internet as a foundational framework for interaction, transactions and communication, we've got used as consumers to instant gratification and getting tailored services that are specifically for us, on demand and in real time. We only have to look at social media and interactions that we are making with each other and through ecosystems and platforms to get information, do transactions and interact through our daily life. And we're expecting that through all of our channels, including banking. But banking is still and continues to be a fairly traditional model around product centricity and a push economy. Now, digital is not a push economy, it's a pull economy. We make our choices as to what we do, where we go, and what information and transactions we want on the internet through digital channels. We don't have it pushed to us. Whereas banking is very much a push paradigm based around, like I said, products. So this means that the banks do have to change, whatever the case is. They have to adopt more accelerated digital technologies and find a way of moving from product centricity to customer centricity and focusing more on how they engage with customers holistically to almost embed financial services and financial capabilities into the way that we now live our lives. So first of all, I don't believe that every single tier one bank out there is going to end up becoming platform businesses. There is continued growth of big tech, whether that is, Amazon, Google. We also have some of the big fintechs now like PayPal, etc., that are merging in and disrupting the whole playing field. So some of the banks will take a decision to predominantly deliver white labeled services into these other channels and platforms, almost embedding the banking capabilities into existing platforms or new growing platforms. Some other banks will take a more strategic, disruptive approach and build for themselves platforms and engage in a platform economy where they might holistically step across industries, step out of the banking industry and start trying to embrace a wider ecosystem so that they can continue to maintain and hold their footprint as the banking and financial services provider to an ecosystem or a demographic or a wider demographic. There is an example, for instance, around State Bank of India with Yono. DBS in Singapore has done an awful lot of work in this space, and there's a number of other interesting banks that are stepping into this space. So I don't believe every bank will become a platform, but every bank will have to take a strategic decision as to how they engage on that platformification journey going forwards. This is my point of view. Other people have got slightly different points of views. I'd be very interested in understanding what your point of view is. Do you believe that the future of banking and the management of money, particularly for retail customers, will end up being platform driven and included and hidden into existing non-banking channels? Let me know what you think. I'd be really interested in having this discussion. Like I said, I truly believe the future of banking will be based on, or predominantly based on, platforms. Let me know what you think. Let's have a discussion and enjoy the rest of your week, guys. Talk to you later.